Collaborating with DJI drone footage in Davinci Resolve is actually easier than you might think. Come along, let's grade one together. So here is the footage you are going to be working on. For my own process, right, my own workflow, I start off with 7 to 8 serial nodes. So this is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's label them. This one is going to be our balance. Then this one is going to be exposure. All right, the contrast, overall look, curves. All right, so we want to sharpen this, and then we also want to add glow. You're going to see what we'll be able to do with this particular glow effect. And then this is the CST, color transform. This is where we convert this particular log footage to Rec 709. So I'm going to add one extra node here. Add matte node. So add matte node. This is the matte node. I'm going to show you later what we'll be able to achieve with that this particular matte node. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to convert this to Rec 709. So select the CST node and then go to effects. So under effect here, I'm going to scroll down to color space transform. Drag that onto that CST node. Then I'll scroll up. Then under this particular impute color space, I'm going to choose DJI D-Gamut, right? Just be watching what will be happening here also. Then under impute gamma, I'm going to choose DJI D-Log. All right, you can see that there's already a difference on that. Then under output color space, I'm going to choose Rec 709. Yes, under output color space. Then output gamma is going to be gamma 2.4. You can try out 2.4, 2.5 and any other one, but I have tried out 2.4 and it works out fine for what I want achieved. So we've already achieved that. Next thing you want to do is to work on the contrast, and to do that you come to curves. Under custom curves, I'm going to drag down my shadows a little and then lift my brightness area, and yeah, with that we're okay with that for now. Later on we can always come back and make some other tweaking on this. Then the next one, select the exposure node and then primary color widths. The first thing I will do here is to bring down the highlights all the way to about 85, 89. Yeah, let's leave it at 89 for now. 89, and then yeah, I will lift the gain a little so that there will be a bit of catch light on this area. It adds more life to it. So we're going to leave this here for now. Next thing I'm going to do is balance, right? When it comes to balance, it's always trying to find the right color balance. So play with the sliders. Let me leave that at 9 for now, and then this one, bring it down to, let me leave it at 100 for now. You can always come back later and tweak it where necessary. So let's see the progress we've made so far. So let me just check everything for now. So this is the color transform, and then this is the contrast, and then this is the exposure, and then this is color balance, right? So there are just little things that you need to be doing. Let me use this opportunity also to tell you that if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button. So let's go back to what we're doing. So we've already worked on contrast, exposure, balance. So let's work on the look. The look here now is where you dial in on the specific mood and the vibe that you want the footage to have. So the first thing I would always like to do under this look node is come to color boost and boost this to 20. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to show you other things I will do here. I'll boost this to 20. Then to compensate for that, I'm going to bring the saturation to 45 or thereabouts. See, there's already brought down the vibe a little, So then dialing further on the look, I'm going to bring in, I want to have a little bit of that orange kind of look. So bring down the shadow towards the blue area. So you already see what we have. Yeah, so let's see the look so far. This is before, this is after, right? Then under this place, I'm going to just play with the gain too a little, right? You see the vibe that we're already getting from the gain. I'll play with it further using this particular separate sliders for the red, green, blue to dial in on exactly how I want each the field to be like. So if you touch each of them, you're going to be seeing the effect. Just a little dial, right? Little touches. All you need. You don't need to go too crazy about it. I'm going to revert that. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to color grading like this, it's always an artistic choice, right? So I'm also going to touch this the offset slider too. I also play with some colors there to see what we will have. Is it looking too bluish? There's too much blue going on. Let me add a little warmth there. Yeah, a little warmth and bring down this blue a little. How is it looking? Okay, I want to come back to this exposure area and maybe lift this a little bit. Can always come back to it later to make any tweaking where possible. I also want to touch the color balance nodes. It's always the choice on how you want the final image to look like. So let's move on to the next one, which is the curve, right? On that curve here, what we're trying to do here now is to dial in the mood and the vibe for each particular color that we want to touch here. So I want us to work on the orange, this particular orange color a little. So we're going to use the hue versus hue slider, and then the hue versus saturation slider, and maybe I'll also play with the luminance, right? But first off, I'm going to select the hue versus hue and then use the picker to select the particular point. So I already selected the area, and then I'm going to dial in this down a little to change the hue a little. So let me show you. This is the before. Just watch this orange area. Let me zoom in. Okay, that's the before. This is the after. That's the before. That's the after. You see that there's a little bit of difference, and that is exactly what we want. Not something too much, right? So going back to the saturation, pick that again, and take the saturation, take it down, take it a little up. We'll dial it up a little so that the energy will come out, a bit more. And then I'll go to this particular Luma verse sat, and then add a point on this center, the mid-tone area. And if you push this slides up and down, you will see how the saturation of the footage is being, affected, right? So I want to add a little bit more saturation, of course, for it to have more life. So that, and yeah, that's that for this particular curve. So this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Not too much, not something too much. Now this is where I told you that I was going to show you exactly what we're going to be doing with this matte node. So under this particular matte node now, if I want to sharpen this image a little, but if I should come to this section now where we sharpen from, and then let me zoom in a little, and then add a little bit of sharpness. Let me just say 36. You're going to see that the whole image is shattering, right? The whole image is shattering. The sharpness is kind of disintegrating the entire pixels on the image. So this is because of this now that we need this particular matte node. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this now and drag this particular node here, blue node here, and connect it with this blue node under Sharpen here. So once we connect it, we are going to do the same thing now, which is adding sharpness. You can see that like there's a little bit of difference in how the sharpness is applied to the image. There's a little bit of difference there, right? It doesn't touch any area that doesn't need to be sharpened, right? So we are going to add glow, and the glow is also to add, the reason here is to add more life to this particular footage. We also need to use this particular matte node for this, but let me show you first of all what it looks like without the matte node being connected to it. So I'm going to type in glow, and I will add the glow effect, and then in order to minimize the areas that glow is happening, we are going to select alpha limit effect. So then we are going to dial this a little to something like around 3 or 3, and let's leave it at 3 or 3. But look at what is happening. The entire image is as if it is being whitewashed. Let's go further again down to opacity and bring it down to 156. Let's leave it there for now. Or let me just leave it at 101, right? It's good. But you can see that the glow is happening just everywhere, right? That is because there's no control. There's no control over where the glow effect is happening. Now I'm going to reset the glow grading I did here. I'm going to go back again, drag the glow effect onto this place, right? But before I add anything, I'm going to go and connect this matte node here to the glow node. So then I'll go back to the effect, and then what we're going to do here now is we're going to bring this down to maybe 2.2 or 3 points, anywhere we want it to be for now. Then we add the alpha limit. You see that it has already began to decide on which aspect of the glow of the image the glow is taking place. So we now bring down the opacity to say 101, right? And then we further bring this down so that it's not too much. So this is before, this is after. Just adds a little bit of life to it. You can further take it down more so that it's not too much. So at this point now, if we need to tweak any other thing, maybe come back here and touch the highlight a little more if we need to, anything at all, right? Or maybe lift the gain a little more so that there will be more a bit of life around this place. So if you check, this is what we've been able to do so far. I want to show you one other thing that you can do under this particular glow here. You see that the color filter here is white, so you can also decide on the kind of vibe we want this to have. So instead of the white, we can choose which color. If you go the greenish way now, you see that the whole image is turning a little bit green. So since we've been working with the teal orange kind of vibe, let's leave it here. Okay, maybe bring it here. You do that and see this is how it is now, and this is how it was. This is how it is now, and this is how it was. All right, so and that summarizes the tutorial on how to color grade a DJI drone footage. If I deactivate all this, let's walk through what we did again. So this was how the footage was initially. We converted to Rec 709, and then we worked on the contrast, and then we worked on the exposure, and then we worked on the balance, and then we worked on the look, right? We worked on the curve, right? Then we sharpened, and then we added a little bit of glow effect, right? This is how the image looked before, and this is how it looks right now. I hope that you enjoyed this particular tutorial. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and of course, if you have any question, leave it on the comments here. Don't waste my name, and see you again very soon.